everyone, Miss Meek here on a quick 5th grade review over comparing decimal places. Alright, so how do you know if one decimal is bigger than another? Well, it really comes down to place value and really comparing the numbers at a place value level. First of all, a brief reminder about our signs. So we have two types of signs. We have less than, which means that the number to the left is going to be less than the number to the right. And we have greater than, which means that the number to the left is going to be greater than the number to the right. So depending on the way your numbers are written, okay, you could say that 17 is less than 18, or you could say 18 is greater than 17. It really just depends on which number is on the left and which number is on the right. So let's jump into place value of these decimals and comparing them. When I go into compare decimals, a trick that I use is I go through each place value starting from the left and go to the right. And so until I find a number that's different that I can compare, I just keep on going. So when I check these two numbers, I look at, they both have tens, and so I look at the tens. Both tens here are 4, so nothing to compare there. They're even, they're equal. All right, both ones places are 7s. The tenths are 6. And then we finally have a discrepancy. Here we have a 3, and here we have a 4. Well, is 3 greater than or less than 4? It is less than, which makes this entire number over here to the left less than the entire number over to the right. It doesn't matter that the numbers following the 3 are bigger than the numbers following the 4. Like, that doesn't matter. As soon as you come to a place value that is different, you compare them and determine, is it less than or is it greater than? Let's take a look at number 2. We have 133 and 12 hundredths being compared to 130 and 99 hundredths. So again, start comparing those place values. Our 100ths are the same. Our tens are the same. But take a look at your ones. You have a 3 and you have a 0. Is 3 greater than or less than 0? 3 is greater than. So again, you have 133 and 12 hundredths that is greater than 130 and 99 hundredths. All right, let's take a look at a couple harder ones here. Number 3, 12 and 123 thousandths being compared to 12 and 12 hundredths. Now notice you have two different place values here, these numbers. One number goes to the thousandths and one number goes to the hundredths. So you have to kind of watch out for that. But let's go ahead and jump in and start to compare. When you have different place values, for example, the number on the left goes to the thousandths and the number on the right only goes to the hundredths, I would suggest what you do is go ahead and make both numbers to the same place value, meaning that I'm going to add a 0 over here after my 12 hundredths. So now I have 120 thousandths. They're now at the same place value. Okay, that makes it a lot easier to compare them. Remember that we can add as many zeros at the end of decimals as we want. It doesn't change the value. It just makes it go to a different place value, but it doesn't change the actual value of that number. So let's go ahead and jump in and start comparing. Our 12s are the same on both sides. Our tenths are the same. Our hundredths are the same. And so it is going to come down to that thousandths place. Well, I have a 3 and I have a 0. Okay, and 3, we already determined, is bigger than 0. So our answer here is going to be greater than. All right, and then on our last one here, we have 637 thousandths being compared to 63 hundredths. Two different place values again. So I am going to even them up by adding a 0 on this side, and now they both go to the thousandths place. I check the tenths place, 6 and 6, so nothing to compare there. I check the 3. Okay, 3 and 3 for the hundredths place. And so once again, it's going to come down to that thousandths place. I have a 7 and I have a 0. And 7 is greater than 0. So this is also going to be greater than. It's kind of funny. They all ended up being greater than. What a coincidence. But this is a brief recap on how to compare decimals, especially using their place value. I hope that this helps, and we'll talk to you soon.